Hey math friends, we're going to check out multiplying with decimals today. So when we multiply with decimals, we use the same idea for the standard algorithm as we do for multiplying without decimals. So here, for one strategy, I can kind of pretend that the decimals don't exist. 4 and 21 hundredths times 2 and 3 tenths. First, I'm going to multiply my first place value, typically the ones. This time it's the tenths, right? I'm going to multiply by each other place value. 3 times 1. I do not have to have the decimals lined up for this. A little bit different than adding and subtracting. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. I want to make sure to write neatly so I have everything lined up properly. All right. I'm going to erase this for this video. Now, when you do this on paper, you'll obviously have lines all over the place if you need to, but I'm going to erase the markings in between. Okay, so I've already done that. So now I need to make my 0 for place value, and I go to the next place value over. 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 4. All right, I'm done with my products, so I add them. So this is all standard as we normally do. Now the difference here is with my decimals. I think of pulling these decimals to the side, and when I do that I got 1, 2 spaces here, and 1 more. So I've got 3 decimal places. I need to do that over here. Since I pulled these out, now I need to push it back in. So I'm going to go from here 1, 2, 3. My decimal will end up here. So my final answer is 9 and 683 thousandths. I'm going to check that my answer makes sense here with some estimation. So if I round, 4 and 21 hundredths would round to 4. 2 and 3 tenths would round to 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Now my answer isn't exactly 8, but it's closer, right? If I would have put my decimal in between the 6 and the 8, then it's 96, and that's way off. All right, let's try another example over here. I've got 5 and 89 hundredths times 31 hundredths. So I start with my 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 5 is 5. I'm going to put my 0 in for place value. I'm going to erase these lines so that we can follow along with the video better. And now let's do our 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry the 2. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. So if I add here, add these products, I got 9. 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 and 6 is 12. 1 and 7 is 8. And then 1 and nothing is 1. Now let's check our place value. I pull that decimal out. 1, 2, 3, 4 total spaces. So I'm going to push in 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got a pretty small number. 1 and 8,259 10,000ths. Make sure that we can see my decimal well. Here's my final answer. If we do that rounding trick here, this rounds to 6. 0 and 31 hundredths rounds to 0. 6 times 0 is 0. My answer is close to 0? Yeah, because it's a very low number. Okay? Now we need to make sure to count our decimal spaces properly as well, but that estimation can really help me too. We're going to check out one more together, and then you have some practice to try. All right, so let's use our same algorithm here. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 5, 45. Plus 1 is 46. 9 times 5 is 45. Plus 4 is 49. And then I want to make sure to put a 0 for place value. And for our video, I'm going to erase these. It helps to do this on paper too, to erase up here, because now I don't have all those numbers jumbled up. All right, and now I'm going to multiply with my 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10. So I'll have 11 here. Add those products. 9 and 0 is 9. 8 and 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 and 6 and 4 is 11. Carry the 1. 9 and 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 and 4 and 1 is 6. And then 1 and nothing here is just 1. Now let's move our decimal over, right? Let's push out 1, 2, 3. Push in 1, 2, 3. I have 160. And let's look at my place value. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. 109 thousandths. All right. Let's check our estimation real quick too. 55 and 21 hundredths rounds to 55. Okay. 2 and 9 tenths rounds to 3. So if I would work this out, I'd get 165. My final answer is close to that. I don't have over 1,000. I have close to 160. All right. So this estimation can help me. And remember, this is something that I'm just kind of thinking of. This is not a final answer. All right. So work hard. You got this.